This video is how to add on more yarn if you've run out as you weave or changing colors. You can see I'm almost out of yarn weaving this weaving. You don't want to wait until you have nothing left. You want to leave a little bit, that way you can tie the next piece of yarn on. If I wanted to change color, I could just cut the yarn and leave about a hand's width. Okay, so I'm going to leave about a hand's width and cut it here. Okay, so if you wanted to change colors, that's where you could do it. I have my next piece of yarn cut. It's nice and long, because weaving we want pretty long pieces of yarn. I'm going to take my needle off, okay, and then I'm going to do a square knot. It's the same knot we always do. I'm going to hold the two ends, okay, where I left off in the new end of the piece of yarn. I'm going to cross the strings. I'm going to go under and pull. Cross, under, pull. Okay, and pull gently. You want to pull the two short strings and pull the two long ones. Okay, do that back and forth until it's nice and tight. And then I'm going to cut off those two short ends so they're not part of my weaving. You don't want to cut off right next to the knot, but leave just a tiny little bit of yarn there. Okay, so I didn't cut off the knot. I left actually just a little bit on those other two sides. Alright, now I'm going to take the end of my new yarn, the other side, and I'm going to thread it. So I'm going to pinch the end of the yarn, I'm going to push it through my needle, and I'm going to make sure to leave that slack, so I just have about a hand's width on the short side of the yarn. And then I'll start weaving. I'll look where I left off. I went under the last row, so this row will start over, under, over, under, over, under. The last one's over, so I'll pull it through. And you might see a little bit of your last color. Make sure to pull through that knot. I had that one last row of purple. This next row, I should start seeing the blue start appearing. Whoops, there we go. So my blue, the new color should start. There we go. And if you keep weaving, it's going to end up being blue. Make sure as you're working that you're packing it. So it looks like I've woven a lot, but I need to pack it with my fork, and that's actually how much weaving that I've gotten done. That'll make it nice and tight, so when we cut it off the loom, it'll stay together.